and congressional investigations reporter for the Washington Post, Jackie Alemany. Jackie, good morning. You've got a new piece in the Post titled "Jordan's Weapon Panel Game Plan Draws Critique from Some on the Right." You write this, quote, "Some leaders in hard-right intellectual circles have critiqued the initial work of the subcommittee on the weaponization of the federal government as lackluster and unfocused. Some Republican lawmakers have privately raised concerns. Critics say the committee has been too slow to staff up, insufficiently aggressive in issuing subpoenas for interviews and testimony, and lacking in substance. The frustrations reach critical mass ahead of a Thursday hearing, the subcommittee's second, featuring testimony from people who were given access to Twitter's internal communications that Republicans allege show the suppression of right-wing viewpoints on the platform." Here's the issue. What independent investigation did Jim Jordan do in advance of Thursday? He took an adapted screenplay from journalist tweet thread, said Mike Davis, the president of the Article 3 Project, a conservative judicial advocacy group. Jordan should hand off the committee, he says, to a lawmaker who has the time to do it. This needs to be a big undertaking, and they need a strategy and a dedicated, focused staff. They need to be dogs on a bone. So, Jackie, the criticism here is not the premise of the Weaponization Committee, which the Democrats have criticized as a waste of time and a fishing expedition in some ways. The criticism is it's not aggressive enough, even under the leadership of Jim Jordan.
That's exactly right, Willie. These criticisms have been percolating for several weeks now and have sort of made their way into the public discourse on social media platforms from these places like the Center for Renewing America, the Heritage Foundation, Mike Davis, these hard right intellectual circles. But the rub here, as you point out, is that the witnesses and the targets that some of these groups are pushing have credibility issues that Democrats have recently highlighted in a report, a 316-page report that they released last week on some of these very witnesses again, that places like the Center for Renewing America, the same places criticizing Jordan, have pushed forward to be sort of the face of this investigation and this push to sort of flesh out the narrative, the unsubstantiated narrative that there is corruption and bias in the federal government against conservatives and House Republicans. I think yesterday Jim Jordan sort of got a few more points on the scoreboard with the way that the hearing went. There was some praise that we heard from people who claim, that these critics need to give him some time to build up a committee that is ambitious as they've set this committee out to be. And Jordan himself dismissed a lot of the criticisms in an interview, But there is, as Stephen Miller said to us on the record, there's a conversation happening at this very moment about the tactics and methods of sort of the investigative strategy within the committee going forward.